Hey everyone, welcome to the ukestuff channel and welcome to this comparison video between the KLŌS hybrid tenor ukulele and the KLŌS full carbon hybrid ukulele. Now, the price point difference is you can get the acoustic version of this for $6.99, the acoustic version of this for $12.99, the electroacoustic version with a Fishman Kula pickup in it for $10.99, and the full carbon with the KLŌS pickup in it for $14.39. So there's a price premium for the full carbon in both cases. Let's see, let's just talk about the other differences that I know of for sure. Well, this one has the mahogany neck. You can see that it's painted and it's gloss. And then this has the full carbon neck, as you can see on it. Both of these have the ratio geared tuners on them, and they work really, really well. I don't know of any other ukulele manufacturers using them, but maybe they should. The hybrid has a brown fretboard and bridge made of sort of a composite material. I'm not a fan of the brown. I don't like it as much as I like the black on black composite material that you can get on the full carbon fiber version. Now, in comparison with the soundboards, the hybrid has a matte finish top, whereas the full carbon has the gloss. For some reason, I'm partial to the gloss more than the matte, although the matte does handle fingerprints better than the gloss does. We've already talked about the pickups. This hybrid has a Fishman Kula pickup, which is a very, very good pickup. The negative is that the battery is located on the inside to change it. But you also get some more settings in terms of the Fishman, and it's an industry leader in terms of pickups, so there's nothing wrong with the pickup. The pickup itself is very good, but the functionality is having to deal with not only its location on this model, but also changing the battery, whereas I very much like the KLŌS pickup here. Now again, I don't gig with electroacoustic very often. If I did, maybe I'd prefer the Fishman, but for me and the rare situations that I do amplify, the KLŌS here would be the direction that I would go, because it's just easier to change the battery and it's in a better spot for me as a player as well. In terms of weight, the hybrid is actually just a little bit lighter than the full carbon, but they're both balanced about the same. The necks feel roughly the same. I mean, the carbon fiber has a slightly different feeling, but the shape is pretty much identical, which is really good. You know, the setups are both excellent, nearly identical. And the only other difference is the hybrid has the shoulder strap on sort of the left shoulder of the upper bout, whereas the full carbon has it in the center. So physically, those are the differences. But what really surprised me is how much difference the neck material makes in the sound. Now, unlike a Blackbird Claro, which has an opening up at the top so that actually the neck is part of the resonating chamber of the instrument, on these, they're solid, I believe, and, well, for sure, the Mahogany Neck is. But what's amazing is the sound difference, and I think I'm going to show that to you. So let me tune both, and I'll alternate the tuning for both, and I'll just show it on the video so that, you know, there's no surprises here. I always use my Jawum Smart Tuner, because then everybody's tuned the same, to the same tolerances. Okay, so that is the hybrid tuned. Now let's check out the full carbon. All right, now here's where this gets a little crazy. If I play each string, and I'll see how well I can do this together like this and keep them, you know, apart from each other a little bit. But if I play these notes, if I play, you know, here's the G string, C string, E string, A string, The overall tonal sort of characteristic is very similar on both, which is what you'd expect, having literally the same body or very, very close to the same body. But what I'm finding is that the KLŌS hybrid is brighter and a little louder with the Mahogany Neck versus the full carbon, which is more well-rounded and a little softer with the full carbon neck. Didn't expect to find that out. I thought they'd sound almost identical, and they really don't. So here is the hybrid. I'll play the Snowdon Symphony by Mark Pugh, who runs Stone's Music in the UK. Here we go. All right, and now the full carbon. All right, on to a little fur release on the hybrid. All right, for release on the full carbon. Yeah, so this is a way that I've kind of come to think about it in my brain. With the Mahogany Neck, this one feels more like a spruce top. Not exactly like a spruce top, but I'm just doing comparison, right? So if you thought of tonal woods, the Mahogany Neck seems more like a spruce instrument to me, whereas the full carbon seems more like a cedar top to me. A little more warmth, still brightness, still some other things, but a little more well-rounded, whereas with the Mahogany Neck of the hybrid, it just shoots out. To the point where if I were doing only finger picking, I might prefer the hybrid over the full carbon, just as a thought there. Now, personally, this is where it's all personal opinion, so just keep that in mind. Your opinion could be different after listening to this video and what you surmise. The number one question is, which one is the better value? Well, without a doubt, I think the hybrid is more affordable, right? So I don't know about better value, but affordability for many people, many players, the hybrid is going to be the starting point. Either the acoustic version at $699, or even with the pickup at $1099 is going to be more affordable. So if it's purely affordability and you cannot spend the extra money, then by all means go with the hybrid. Personally, if I had a desire for a bright ukulele, I would choose the hybrid. For me, if I was going to spend my money to buy one and I had enough money to buy either and I was choosing, for me it'd be the full carbon fiber. And there are 4 reasons for that. The first one is the all black fretboard and bridge appeals to me better. I like the look of it. Second, I do like the gloss soundboard better. Again, not for functionality, but just looks. That's me. Third, I prefer the KLŌS branded pickup here more than the Fishman, not because it works any better, but because of the practicality of it, its location and where the batteries are versus having to deal with on the inside of the instrument. And then the final part is the added durability of the carbon fiber neck. In my full review of this, I said, if you think about it, this is an instrument that literally 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 generations of players could be playing for years and years and years to come. But our earliest ukulele that we know of, or at least recorded that way, is temporarily on display at the Music Instrument Museum in Phoenix, Arizona, rented out from the Ukulele Friend Museum, where it has been preserved. So if you think about that, it's currently 2023, 1879. Those old instruments eventually are frail and need to be taken care of because they literally can't be played at some point because they become too fragile, right? That happens. That's never going to happen with an instrument like this. So that purchase price, even if it's the full $14.39 for this instrument, over a lifetime, over a couple lifetimes, whatever, if the instrument's cared for in any sense of the word of cared for, will last for generations. This is a generational playable instrument, which is just suddenly that cost is deferred over generations if you think about it, if you just take care of it. So now, that said, I do not think that the hybrid's neck is fragile by any means, and in fact it has two carbon fiber rods going down it to give it some of that strength of the carbon fiber neck. But nonetheless, for myself, with the rounder sound and the other elements visually of the instrument, I would be going for the full carbon. But again, as I've said in each of these videos, I want to thank KLŌS for the opportunity to review these and to compare them and to make this video for you. Again, a friend of mine had reached out to me, Steve, had reached out to me and said, hey, they're making a concert ukulele. You should see if you can review it, because he knows that I generally play concert ukulele. So I reached out to KLŌS and said, hey, could I review your concert ukulele when it comes out? And they said, sure, but would you like to review some of our other instruments first? So these are the first two. They've let me keep these for quite a while as I asked questions and played them. And they had the busyness of NAMM 2023 to attend to, but I do need to get these back to them, and I'm so grateful for the chance to review them. I hope I will get a chance to bring the 8th string and the concert to you in the future as well. But I'm convinced. Seems to be making a company that, KLŌS is a company that seems to be making great products, great ukuleles, and I have no qualms about suggesting either of these to you if you're a person that's looking to spend a little bit of money on a all-weather sort of ukulele that's more than just an all-weather ukulele and still sort of has the looks of a traditional ukulele. Definitely recommended to you if you're in that sort of buying point as an individual. Again, not everybody can afford a $699 up to a $1439 ukulele. That's understandable. But for those that can, I mean, that's a starting price for many good guitars, right? In that same range of a guitar that's like a playable performance guitar. That's a starting point, whereas, it's almost like the high end of an ukulele. I would definitely recommend either of these two, although my personal preference for my own playing style and collection would be the full carbon. All right, thanks so much for joining me for this video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.